What's up, guys? If you click this video, you're about to photograph the Northern Lights, you're wanting to photograph the Northern Lights, or you just don't know what the Northern Lights are. Let's get into it. So the Northern Lights are basically an atmospheric solar wind. So there's particles in the air that are charged throughout the day, and in the night, they glow. That's how you get the Northern Lights. You could either see green, shades of pink, red, blues, and in some cases yellow, right? I'm gonna throw some countries out there and we're gonna point out the common denominator. So we have Alaska, we have Greenland, we have Iceland, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Antarctica, Southern Australia. What do these places have in common? They're either at the really top of the earth or they're at the really bottom of the earth. Both of these areas are Arctic regions and they're dark. You feel what I'm saying? Darkness is necessary to photograph the Northern Lights. Artificial light is going to be your worst enemy. Okay? Key things to keep in mind, the location. So I photographed the Northern Lights in Iceland last year, and I photographed the Northern Lights this year in Sweden, and I also photographed the Northern Lights on the plane heading to Sweden from Denmark. And the funniest thing, the pilot said, "Oh, if you look to your left, you'll see the Northern Lights." We looked out the window. I already knew what to do because I know how to photograph. I photographed it before. But the funniest thing was this person using flash, like more than once. It was hilarious. She didn't know, or they didn't know how to do how to photograph the Northern Lights. So, second thing, clear skies is what you're gonna want. You're not gonna want fog, though you can photograph it in fog. It's just, I call the Northern Lights the rhythm in the sky because, you can see the pattern and it has like a flow to it. It's not going to be totally sharp if you photograph it in foggy conditions. I've photographed it in foggy conditions and it was really not the best. You're not going to want clouds. You're like literally almost like not going to see it. It's going to be faint, like you'll see little trinkets, little sprinkles of it, like in the corners or whatever, but clouds is like, it's going to block it out. You feel what I'm saying? Also, artificial light, cars, street lights, light emitted from buildings, they're gonna all go against your shot. I'm a photographer, so I'm gonna use a lot of the photographer lingo. Not artificial light is gonna throw off your photo. It's gonna throw off even seeing it. Like it's gonna, you know what I mean? So you're gonna want complete darkness as much as possible. So I photographed the Northern Lights at this lighthouse in Iceland. There were a couple cars with the headlights on, and that was all affecting the photo. It was affecting the photo like greatly. So I got what I could get from the location, and at that point I knew like, okay, it gets better. So I photographed it in Sweden. The conditions were a little bit better. There were like no one out there except for myself and a friend of mine. There was an airport on the far right. There was a railroad in front of me, and the train wasn't running often. And that's it. The street lights were behind me. The conditions were perfect. It was nice and dark, and I was able to photograph the Northern Lights there in Marsta, Sweden. It's not super populated. People are in their house at a certain time. It was perfect. Okay. An app that I used that was very useful was Hello Aurora. You could try Aurora now, but I like Hello Aurora. There's people in the app that post and you get notifications of different moments that people are seeing it. Like I said, the darker the conditions, the better. The more you go up north in Sweden, for example, the darker it'll get. You know what I mean? Past the Arctic mark, and you're like up there, like North Pole status. If you're not willing to take that drive or you don't have an interest to go that far up, download the Hello Aurora app and you'll be able to see. 7-minute walk from my Airbnb, I was able to see it. Thanks to the app. And also thanks to this little trick that I learned. Take your phone, because you could be looking at the Northern Lights and not even know it. It's not going to pop up in the sky as just this bright neon-y, like, shining thing. It's not. At least from my personal experience. If you have an experience where you've seen it in the sky, neon-y and bright looking, just with the naked eye, comment your story below. I'm interested to hear. But you could be looking at the Northern Lights and not even know it. It's like a gray, like gas in the sky. It's almost colorless, but it just looks like a beam of something. Like, it's, yeah, it's like a beam of like just a gray like smoke. That's what I saw. A key little tip is you take your phone. Like I said, I'm a photographer, so I have my camera on the side and I use my camera phone. Once you aim it up to the sky, it's going to trigger night mode and it'll count down and everything like that. And you'll be able to see little areas. If you have a trained eye for this, you'll be able to see little areas of like green, just depending on what color the northern lights are that night. But the primary color is green. It's a common color. But you'll see like little areas of green and everything like that. And the more you like scan the sky with your phone, that's how you know, oh, okay, it's in that direction, it's in that direction, so on and so forth. It's a good way to map it out and just save you some time. You know what I mean? Ignore the tricks and the gimmicks. There's people that do tours, $200-$300. Hey, make your money, but like, it doesn't hurt to educate yourself. Like I said, 7-minute walk outside of my Airbnb in Marston, and I was able to go see the Northern Lights. You feel what I'm saying? So some people are adventurous to the max and want to be in the wilderness and everything like that. Cool, but I had like a huge itinerary, so I couldn't do all of that. Thanks for watching. Shout out to you going to shoot the Northern Lights. It's a really cool spectacle in person. It's really awesome, especially for, you know, photographers out there for the first time, or first-timey people checking out the Arctic Circle, countries in the Arctic Circle, north or south. It's really cool. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more of me, you want to see more videos like this, and most importantly, I want to hear your stories. I want to hear your tips, your tricks, what worked for you. Comment it below. I'll be seeing you soon.